Ladies and gentlemen, the Utah Jazz are 5-2, and they look like a playoff team. Now, that's not crazy to hear at all. With the past couple of seasons here in the Utah Jazz, our playoff team is nothing crazy. But they traded Rudy Gobert, they traded away Donovan Mitchell, yet they look better. The Utah Jazz, there is something special going on with this basketball team. It's just dude, they are having so much fun out there. They are having so much fun out there. As a viewer, I used to live in Utah not very long, just for college. Went to college at Southern Utah just a little bit, and I have nothing but fond and the best memories actually of Utah and the people. The people I met in Utah were so cool. You know, I was that outsider from Chicago, big city boy, and I met so many cool people, and I loved my time in Utah. So seeing this success, it's not like, you know, I'm a Utah native or anything like that, but it's just really cool to see. You know, I was all the way down at the south, Salt Lake's up north, but Utah is it's just a little special to me, right? So seeing this 5-2 basketball team, second night of a back-to-back, I understand Memphis was without Ja Morant last night. However, Utah was without Rudy Gay. You're without Mike Conley. You're without Walker Kessler. They had to dig pretty deep, and that's why we saw Ochai get 18 minutes. We saw Nikhil get 21 minutes. He looked amazing. We'll talk about that in a second, but welcome back to the channel. Clearly, we're talking about the Utah Jazz today, so hit that like button, hit that sub button if you guys enjoy it. Jazz fans, you guys have been showing so much love on this channel since the start of the season, since I've started making Jazz videos. So if you guys want more, go ahead, show some love down below. Let's try and get this video to 100 likes. That would be absolutely awesome, and let's talk some more Utah Jazz. Kelly Olynyk, my Houston Rocket 20-point per game scorer. This man was on a heater to end the game. First off, his impact on this Utah Jazz basketball team is beyond the statistics. However, last night we did see it on the statistics, right? He went 8 of 10 from the field. He had 10 fourth quarter points. He had 5 straight pretty much to end and seal the basketball game. Shot 4 of 6 from downtown. 23 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and 3 blocks. I mean, what more do you possibly need? Because that is one of the best. That's one of the best games that nobody will talk about so far to start this season. That's how good Kelly O was last night. And right there next to him in the paint, we saw Lauri Markkanen. Wasn't his prettiest game, but if this is what we're seeing from Lauri on, I don't even want to say a bad night, but it was not the most efficient night from Lauri, just going 2 of 9 from downtown. Other than that, other than going 2 of 9 from downtown, Lauri played great. 23 points, 2 offensive rebounds, finished with 9 rebounds in total, 5 assists, a steal, and a block. Lauri Markkanen is an all-star right now. I mean, the Utah Jazz have not lost a game at home so far this season. They're 3-0 at home, first things first. But Lauri Markkanen, it's kind of exactly what we saw with the Finnish basketball team last year, where he's just kind of your guy. I mean, he looks like that dude. And also, again, as a former Chicago Bulls fan, this is why we drafted Lauri Markkanen. He's a 7-footer who can do pretty much anything asked. Pretty much anything asked. And we're seeing Lauri Markkanen this season on his way to an all-star. In that backcourt, we got Collin Sexton and we got Jordan Clarkson. Now, like I said earlier, there was no Mike Conley. So, first off, Collin Sexton was pretty much he's been slowly eased into his role in Utah because he had a major knee surgery last season. So he has been on a little bit of a minutes hold. I don't even really want to say hold or restriction, but we haven't seen the beginning of things from Collin Sexton. He's still been having a good season. What I saw from Collin Sexton last night was obviously just that awesome intensity on the offensive end, but he had a very critical fourth quarter block. He was finding guys late in the basketball game, just like Jordan Clarkson. Finished with just 4 assists, 19 points, 3 of 6 from downtown, 7 of 12 from the field. I mean, that's first off one of the knocks of of Collin Sexton heading into this season was, yeah, he's a walking bucket, but all he really does is score, and he scores at a very inefficient level. We didn't really see either of those last night. I know 4 assists isn't anything crazy. Jordan Clarkson had 6, so he was also equally impressive and critical as far as playmaking in last night's game. But Collin Sexton, specifically late in the game, to find Kelly Olynyk a couple of times, it was just, I'm seeing a lot of improvements from a player we haven't really seen play, I guess, in like 2 years because of last year only playing 9 games. I mean, you got another gem in Colin Sexton. And what I really liked what the Jazz were talking about, all the players were talking about it, the head coach, top to bottom, everybody was talking about it at the end of the game, was we were just throwing different lineups out there, right? They were throwing all these different lineups out there. We only saw a 9-man rotation last night because of all the missing players, but, I mean, Memphis just didn't really know what to do. They didn't really know what to do. They couldn't really catch anything. They just did a phenomenal job of keeping the Memphis Grizzlies guessing with the different rotations. So, I mean, when you're that thin, you're missing critical play. Like, you know, Mike Conley, I get it's the endish part of his career, just like Rudy Gay. I get Walker Kessler's a rookie. But, I mean, these have been critical players to their 5-2 success so far this season. So don't, you know, it's a pretty big deal, man, that they're able to dig that deep into the bench, get into rookies like Ochai, who's also just another nice piece to have. Like, he's just a genuine good piece to have on your team, and he is just one of your rookies right now who last night made an impact. He had 3 offensive rebounds in just 18 minutes. So I'm excited for Ochai's ascension in his career. However, this year, you know, it'll be interesting to see how Utah deploys him because he is relatively young and he's extremely raw. Nickeil Alexander-Walker came off of the bench, made 2 threes. He had a couple of rebounds. He had a couple of steals. He had a block. He was just that lightning bolt off of the bench. Deep-ass team, man. Malik Beasley, 4-6 from downtown. He had an extremely important shot late in the game. I mean, these are guys that aren't afraid to shock the league, which is essentially what they're doing right now. But these are guys who are not afraid to take the shot. They're not afraid to get their hands dirty. They're just, it's so fun to watch these games, especially when they're in Utah. They're fun to watch even when they're on the road because, you know, you can tell they're a team. You can tell they're having a lot of fun out there. You can tell how hard they work and are working. They're putting everything on the line every single night. Like, they're literally giving it their all. And I know that sounds like, yeah, you're in the NBA. Why wouldn't you do that? Well, you know, all across the league, from the Lakers to the Rockets, there are plenty of players on both of those teams that are not giving it their all, and you can visibly tell, especially on like closeouts, but just overall team chemistry. Utah's having a goddamn blast out there, and I am having so much fun watching it, especially when it's in Utah because the crowd's so into it as well. You know, one of the most slept-on crowds in the entire NBA. I don't know what it is about Utah. I think it's just more of a, you know, lower key city that people don't really realize just how great their fan is, their fan base and their culture. And, you know, this is just so refreshing after trading away Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. Like, they literally look like a better team. They look like a better team. And the best part is nobody really has a read on Utah, and they have no idea what to expect from a night-in to night-out basis. So it's been very fun to watch. Let me know what you guys are thinking about this Utah Jazz team. These are very critical games because they started off red hot, and now you just want to keep that going. So let me know what you guys are thinking. Hit that like button, hit that sub button if you want more Utah Jazz content, and I will see you guys later. Peace.